What's going on, guys? I'm Adam.
And I'm Jake.
And we're the D-PadBros, and you are joining us for the second installment of our Let's Play Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past series.
Yes, and I just opened up a Sprite, so you know it's going to be a good film.
Absolutely. And last time we were talking about the Legend of Zelda timeline and how you don't have a problem with the 3 split, and I do have somewhat of a problem with the split.
Yes, I do not have a problem with it at all, because it explains things, and yeah, it's a little screwy, but
Yeah, my real problem with it isn't like I said, isn't the split itself. It's the problems that the split makes for other games. For example, without the 3 split, there tends to be people who want to group Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, and Minish Cap all together because they all deal with Vati the Wind Mage, they all deal with the 4 Sword, and they all have the same art style. However, because of the way the timeline is structured, 4 Swords Adventures actually occurs much later after the split, whereas the 4 Swords and the Minish Cap take place before the split.
yes.
Anyways, that's my little bit of geeking out for the episode, and I promise to not do that too much. Ooh, 2 for 1.
He's lying, he will.
Yeah, I will. Speaking of obscure Zelda trivia, you were talking to me earlier about the Satellaview Zelda games.
Yes, BS Zelda!
And for those of you who don't know, there was a peripheral that got created
For the Super Famicom.
absolutely exclusively in Japan called the Satellaview. And what would happen is you would plug it into the bottom of your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, because it was only in Japan, and then at certain points throughout the day there would be broadcasts from a satellite directly to Satellaview equipped systems where you could play broadcast games. And there were 3 Zelda games that were broadcast on the Satellaview. The first 2 were called BS Zelda and BS Zelda Map 2, and they were basically just rehashes of the original Zelda games, but with different map and dungeon layouts and better graphics because we were playing on a 16-bit console instead of an original 8-bit console.
Yeah, imagine it like Super Mario All-Stars, but ramped up for Zelda.
Absolutely. And the other cool thing about those games is that Link is not the protagonist. Instead, you play as your avatar for the Satellaview. And then the same thing happened for the 3rd BS Zelda game, which I believe was called, the translation is roughly like the 7 Stone Tablets or something like that.
Yes, 7 Stone Tablets. I have a video I want you to watch on that later, and it's actually really cool.
Okay. But basically what that was is it took the sprites and items from Link to the Past, which we are currently playing, and you have a... Yep. It's completely... well, not completely different. It's a slightly altered overworld, and you have all new dungeons and new puzzles, but same items, and again, you play as your Satellaview avatar.
And I actually have a ROM for it laying around, so we might actually do a playthrough of it, or at least look at it so people can see it.
Yeah, we'll do a Let's Show.
The thing that really sucks about it is when it was originally broadcasted, it actually had They actually had actors read a script aloud while you were playing it, so everybody was playing it together, everybody was playing it, all were seeing the same things at the same exact time. So, imagine Xbox Live, you're playing Halo, but everybody starts at the same exact time. Everybody's in the same lobby, playing the same single-player campaign, not together, on their own separate game playthrough, and you're getting read everything storyline-wise.
Absolutely, and the thing about the Satellaview is that if you missed the broadcast time, you missed it. It wasn't like you could go back and play it at your own time. You had to be home and online, in quotes.
You could actually play, the game, but the bad thing about it is you wouldn't have the live audio, and you would not have, you wouldn't have the special events that could happen.
Right, like there were certain areas of the game that were roped off if you weren't playing during the broadcast area.
But you can actually go out and watch people were smart back then. Back when VHSs were the thing. Because we're talking like mid-90s. This is before the internet is really, really big. So
yeah, 1997 is when the
it's like
when these things were big.
You're talking about 56K modems. Think about downloading something. Which game files really aren't that big.
Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, you know, having external hard drives that were, you know, even, you know, 32 gig was like unheard of.
Shit, on video games, memory cards. That wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah, I mean, for original Super Nintendo games, if there was a save feature and not a password feature, the save state was all inside the cartridge for the game itself. And if the save battery burned up, then there goes all your data.
Yep. A lot of people that happens to their Pokemon.
The Gen 1 Pokemons. Yep. And so we finally reached the first dungeon. This is the Eastern Palace, and I am currently trying to work my way through it. Oh, damn. Gotta get the timing down.
Yeah, you just gotta learn that pattern. And not suck at life. Jesus Christ, Adam.
I got this, Jake.
Oh, God. You've only got one death this series, so let's keep it that way.
Got it. There we go. Alright, cool. Mr. Skelly Dude.
Yeah, see, you name things like I name them. I'm just like, yeah, these freaking... Actually, no, these guys would be called Dry Bones Volume 2.
Dry Bones the Remix.
Except for they don't come back.
Yeah, I know the skeletons have a name, but I don't know what it is. These are not the Stalfos. The Stalfos show up later, so... No, please nobody in the comments try to tell me that these are Stalfos.
Please somebody do. That'd be funny.
I will get in a comment war with somebody. That will happen.
Now, you actually did miss a heart container. I actually know something that you don't know. That's pretty awesome. When I was doing a playthrough with Rex with this, I think you actually might have seen his file. I pulled it up.
When we were going through
we were
various miscellaneous save data.
Yeah. And he actually had 7 hearts before we even got to the first boss, or first dungeon. And that was just him and I not knowing what to do and play. And
I mean, I'm sure that there are heart containers that I can get at this point. I'm just, at this point, I'm just playing through the game how I always have as a kid.
Yeah. That's cool.
And we have one of these little telepathic panels here. Yeah, so that's the elder's name, which I am not comfortable pronouncing. Exactly. Thank you, Jake. And we are just gonna keep going through. So, while we're in the first dungeon, why don't we go ahead and talk about Zelda dungeons on the whole. What is your least favorite Zelda dungeon that you can remember?
Water Temple.
In Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, everybody hates the Water Temple, dude. The Water Temple sucks.
I agree, the Water Temple does suck.
Like, Fire Temple was cool as hell. Fun fact, Ocarina of Time was supposed to have an ice temple.
Yep.
And they never did.
The remnants of that can still be seen in the ice cavern.
Yeah, well, that essentially is what it was supposed to be, was that, but they just made it a little mini dungeon. I really wish... Is that where the Master Key is? Or not the Master Key?
That's where the bow and arrow is. I can't remember... I think maybe those guys you can't kill unless you have a bow and arrow. Which, you see, I'm collecting arrows, but I don't have a bow yet, so I'm just stockpiling.
Why don't you get the bow yet?
Because you need the big key to unlock the chest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's something that they changed between this game and Ocarina. In this game, the big key unlocks the final dungeon door as well as the...
Run away!
As well as the big chest, whereas in later games, the chest doesn't need a key, but the chest is typically hidden towards the end of the dungeon anyways.
Was that it?
That's the small key. That's going to get us further in the dungeon.
Oh man, this really has me wanting to play Link's Awakening. I really like Link's Awakening.
You should do a Let's Play for that then.
Oh man, I would actually have to break out my old strategy guides. I had handwritten strategy guides for how I beat it.
That's legit.
Like this when by the time I got in that game, that's when Game Facts started coming around. So I would get those.
Would you print the game facts
I
off?
would print the game facts off, and then I would make notes, and then I went on WordPad.
That's awesome.
I went on WordPad and changed it around and made it my own. And it was pretty cool. And I don't know if you've ever seen my handwriting. Only I can decipher my handwriting. Like 300 years from now, freaking archaeologists are gonna find a notebook of mine somewhere, like buried in the sand, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, back in the day, it's a pretty primitive people back then. The hieroglyphics right here. That's my handwriting."
Damn it. Die. There you go.
Technically, he's already dead, but die even
Die
more.
again.
Die even more.
Die Hard 2. Die harder.
Speaking of that, are you going to go watch Expendables 2 with us this week?
Expendables 3?
Or Expendables 3, excuse me.
Hell yeah, I will.
Thursday night. We're going to watch the premiere. It's going to be awesome. Tomorrow night, actually. It's Wednesday. Dating the video.
If you're watching this on a not Wednesday, stop and then come back on Wednesday and watch it.
No, watch it anyway. Then come back on Wednesday and watch it again.
Absolutely. I can't tell if there's a way to kill these guys and they're just really hard to kill, or if I'm supposed to get the bow and arrow first. That's how long it's been since
actually taking damage.
Yeah. That's how long it's been since I've played this game. Have we talked about the pink hair yet?
Yeah, we talked about it in the first video, how Link has pink hair.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. And then the little...
Switch is right there.
Yeah.
Don't get killed by that guy.
And this is the big key. So we can go grab that bow and arrow now that I was talking about earlier.
Sorry, I'm like chewing ice. I'm really big on chewing ice.
If someone's like, who's eating popcorn in the video? It's Jake and it's ice.
It's me chewing ice.
Alright, so... almost back to where the chest is. I remember, like, when I was a kid, like, this was, like, the most exciting part of the game. It's like, I got the key.
I hate backtracking, man.
I mean, yeah, it's backtracking, but at the same time, when you're a kid, it's like, I got the key. I can open the chest. I wonder what's inside of it. And you get it, and it's like, oh, shit, it's the bow and arrow. Keep doing that. Alright. And make use of the bow and arrow that we just got.
What are you doing? What are you doing, Adam? Don't die.
I'm not gonna die. I am not afraid to die.
I don't think you have a key.
I do have the big key. That's how I unlocked the chest.
Oh, I did not know that existed.
Yep, that's one of the few secrets I remember from this.
I'm guessing the other one gives you the other fairy.
I mean, you can go down either one and it'll take you to the same place.
Oh, okay. When'd you get a key?
The big key. The big key opens both the chest and the door.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. And...
well, that was convenient. Yeah, give me rupees when I'm dying. You only get money when you're starting to die.
it's alright. Come out here and grab another fairy.
Oh, that's right. What should be going? No? Oh, they're infinite.
Yep. And if you have bottles at this point in the game, which I'm sure there's a way to get a bottle this early, I just don't remember how to do it, you can stockpile them.
Actually, yeah. I know how to do it.
I know where all the bottles are, I just don't remember if there's a limit on when you can't get them.
No, you can get one fairly early on. When Rex and I did that playthrough, that's never getting released. And by never is because I made sure the files were gone. Because it was embarrassing for him, it was embarrassing for me, it was just atrocious.
Come on, douchebag. Freaking kidding me?
Oh, you're dead.
Nope. Ha-ha!
Nope, the bow just makes it easier. takes a minute to set that bow up, though.
Yeah, there's some noticeable lag on this bow. Which there
Hey, at least
it
the
is.
files are actually playing. We're not getting any lag. I figured out how to fix that.
Woo!
We did have to suffer a little bit of video quality, and that's our timer for this video. So we're gonna cut it right here.
Yeah.
Be sure to watch part 3, and
You'll see us beat the boss for the first
Yes.
dungeon.